last words in basketball, in my opinion. The first Game 7 of the 2022 playoffs is officially on the books thanks to a rough week for Chris Paul and the Suns. They coasted to a 2-0 series lead, but then Phoenix has dropped 3 out of its last 4 games to Luka Doncic and the Mavs, including a 113-86 loss last night in Game 6. It was the 4th straight game that CP3 failed to register more made field goals than turnovers. That's the longest streak of his postseason career. So, Pat, you were actually traded for Chris Paul. That was a deal between the Rockets and the Clippers. You battled him on the court throughout your entire career. What is the main reason that you think that things maybe have been just a little bit off over these last couple of games?
They're attacking him. They're attacking him. And J. Kidd openly said it. They're attacking him off the dribble. Luka is posting him. Jalen Brunson's attacking him. It's hard. It's hard trying to play defense, trying to create and trying to score. You know, it's hard. Two-way players are very limited in this league, and, you know, he's been tested right now.
What do you think, Matt?
I think he hit it on the head. You know, they pointed him out on the defensive end. Same thing that, you know, Phoenix has tried to do to Luka, as they've tried to point it. But, you know, Chris is 37 now. He's getting a little bit older. But, you know, over the last 4 games, he's 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, but also 4 turnovers. But what troubles me is he hasn't even taken more than 10 shots in any of those 4 games, but he's shooting 50% from the field and 54% from the three-point line. So to me, that kind of tells me, as Pat was touching, is he tired? You know, are they just really wearing him down? He feels like his best move is to get his other guys involved. So I feel like he really needs to step up. Obviously, role players are going to play a big part in this Game 7, but CP needs to have a big game if his team's going to advance.
I think they've taken the legs away from him. If I'm pretty sure, like, in order for him to be, like, successful at those shots, most of those shots he's taking are spot-ups. So he's not with the ball a lot. So he's not creating, exhausting a lot of energy there. So most of his shots have been spot-ups, and they're trying to use them at that point. But you could tell they just grind them down. It's just one of those series, the playoffs. You got to exploit the matchup, and that's the matchup.
So more about the Mavs defense rather than what Chris can do, or is it shot selection for him?
No, I just think it's more of like, okay, we're going to go at Chris. We're going to go at Chris. We're going to try to make DeAndre Ayton the second leading scorer. And if if I'm J. Kidd, if I'm the head coach of a team, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. And if I lose that way, I hate losing, but if I lose that way, DeAndre Ayton being the leading scorer and Chris Paul struggling, I've done my job.
So all of that being said, we talked about it in the break. Oftentimes it's the team with the best player that can come out and win Game 7. But who you got?
I got to go with, I just faced him last year. Boy was cooking me. Got to go with Luka. Got to. He's played in Game 7. I don't know, besides CP, I don't think anyone on the roster ever played in the Game 7.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously, JaVale McGee, but no one for sure in the starting lineup. So I have to go with Luka, man. He's been playing well, and Dallas been on the road.
Luka, hands down, is the best player in this series, and they normally say the best player in Game 7 wins, but I'm going to have to go against that move right there for just the simple fact that they're back in Phoenix. It's a crazy atmosphere, and this has really been about the role players. With the stars, CP's been struggling a little bit. The stars are going to give you what they're going to give you. Consistently, Luka's going to do what he does. Book's going to do what he does. But the role players on the road for the Mavs, Bullock in Phoenix is at 8 points and 5 rebounds. Finney is at 8 points, 3 rebounds.
Yep.
Dinwiddie at 2 and 2. You know what I mean? So those guys have been very comfortable in Dallas, haven't fared very well in Phoenix. Again, role players are going to be important, but more important than that, CP3 has to step up in Game 7.
Role players tend to play better at home, but experience, it still matters. The winner of Game 7 between Dallas and Phoenix, they're going to face whoever comes out of that Grizzlies-Warriors
Golden
series.
State.
Golden State.
Why y'all keep playing? Golden State.
Matt, do you agree with Pat? Golden State's coming out?
Absolutely.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Golden State, fix that.
All right, it's going to be Golden State. So who do you have getting the win in San Francisco tonight? Is it done tonight, or is it going to 7?
Of course, that place is going to be electric tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be rocking. You probably can't even hear yourself speak, call out defensive coverage, just from that standpoint, like Matt said about the Phoenix Suns, but to that standpoint, for sure.
Plus, you have to imagine that after the performance that Golden State had in Game 5, there's got to be something that clicks.
Well, the last 2 games, you think about it, they got lucky because they played bad, but it was at home and they were able to pull through. They didn't have the same luck in Memphis, but if I'm the Warriors, they've been playing with house money. They got through, and you got to stop playing with these young boys. Stop giving them confidence. You got to end it tonight because there's no telling what can happen in a Game 7 in Memphis. That's one of the loudest arenas in the NBA.
Yeah.
No job. These guys are really motivated. And Pat Bev will tell you, as role players as we were during our career, we took pride when our superstars didn't play, and we still got to win.
Yeah.
That says a lot about the team and the role players and how strong the role players are. So these guys are really bought in and are very confident. Golden State has to close the door tonight in San Francisco because you'll never know what happens in a Game 7 in Memphis.
When a Game 7 comes into play, you don't want to
Throw
mess
everything
with
out
that.
the window.
I'm going from here, this show, to the airport because I'll be on the sidelines for that game in just a couple of hours. Still ahead, though, on NBA Today. You may have noticed some changes to the NBA's most iconic hardware. Well, we're talking trophies when we return. Stay tuned. Fresh off his Miami Heat squad dispatching the Philadelphia 76ers, the Miami Heat are now the first team to earn a spot in the conference finals. I am joined by the big man that's holding it down in South Beach, Bam Adebayo. Welcome to NBA Today, my friend.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm so glad that you're here with us. We're just going to dive right in. Between getting the 1 seed, advancing to the conference finals, it's been an impressive run that you all have been on this year. But why do you believe that this is the Miami Heat's year?
I mean, we have a good mixture of vets, guys who won, and then youth. And then you have coaching also, the history as well. So that's why I feel like we have, this is our best year of winning.
Your team awaits the winner of Bucks Celtics. Would any part of you relish in the opportunity to take on Milwaukee if they do advance, just to kind of be able to wash that taste out of your mouth from last year's sweep?
Yeah, of course, but it doesn't matter which one. In our opinion, we're prepared, we're ready. Everybody's playing at a high level right now, so we're just waiting to see who we play.
You sit, you wait, you see who you play. You mentioned that you don't care who it is. On the flip side, though, Boston does have the Defensive Player of the Year in Marcus Smart, an award that you played your way into the conversation for. We all know that Heat culture, it's all about playing for championships. But would there be any sort of extra motivation on both sides to revenge the sweep and then to maybe have a defensive play on the Defensive Player of the Year?
Nah, that's his award. But, it's just the Boston will be between me and Jason. Just a guy I almost grew up with, playing and competing against him. So that would be the other side.
Would you be texting with him during the series, or is it like no communication? We're friends outside the lines. No talking?
Nah, I'm not talking.
So Game 6, will you be watching that as a group tonight to see who you're going to take on?
Not as a group. I feel like everybody, will be with our families and everybody will be watching. But we'll all be paying close attention to, tendencies, schemes, the pace, and little things like that.
Let's talk about your teammate, Jimmy Butler. He's playing at an incredibly high level this postseason. It might be his best ever. Do you think that it's his best ever that he's been playing at?
No, because what he was doing in the bubble was unreal.
Yeah.
And especially to the final. So this is runner-up right now.
This is runner-up. So that's a little extra motivation for him, and he probably knows that. But what is it about his play right now that allows you all to click on all cylinders?
I mean, he's being that all-around player right now. He's defending at a high level. He's scoring at a high level. Getting guys open, rebounding, and just really being Jimmy Butler. He's just being himself. He's letting his game speak for him, and he's performing.
I know that Jimmy told our friend George Sedano that there's not going to be any big face conference finals discounts. It's still full price. But you told me in the bubble that you wanted him to start making donuts. Have you had any luck with that?
No.
Is he still pushing for it, though?
Nah, I give up.
You gave up? You're just trying to get that discount now. Now it's just about getting it. Can you please give it to 2 for $10 as opposed to a $20 cup?
Yeah, he's overpricing with his car.
We'll make sure to let him know. Maybe if you get to the finals, then that's when the discounts come in handy. Thank you so much, Bam Adebayo, for joining us here on NBA Today.
You're welcome.